guys, welcome back. This is Brooke's Brain Vlog, and this is my episode on psychosis. I'm going to start by saying that psychosis is not a mental disorder. Psychosis is just a symptom of a mental disorder. However, I'm making a video about my psychosis by itself because it definitely feels like its own mental disorder, and it's easier for me to talk about it in its own video. So I'm going to start by breaking it down this way. Me being psychotic means that I have hallucinations and I'm delusional. And my hallucinations are mostly auditory, which means I hear a lot of things that aren't there. I don't hear voices like a lot of people say they hear voices. I have heard that before. It scared the shit out of me. I've heard like a man talking to me one night before I went to sleep. However, most of the time I just hear noises. I hear knocking a lot, and it's like a really loud knocking, and sometimes it'll be like in the air right next to me, so I know that it's not real and that it's just me hearing it. Other times it does seem like it could be real and coming from somewhere, but it's not. It's just my brain. So I hear things a lot and I hallucinate that way. I never visually hallucinate. Well, I shouldn't say never. I do, but this is the only way. A lot of times I think I see my cat places where he's not. I might think he's in the windowsill and start talking to him, and he's not in the windowsill at all. I see him places where he's not kind of often, but that's the only way that I so far have visually hallucinated. As far as my delusions go, if you don't know, a delusion is a belief that somebody has that is not true, and something that they insist is real to them, and it is real to the person. I have a lot of paranoid delusions, things such as when I go outside and I'm walking down the street, I feel like people from like a third floor are looking down watching me, and I think that people in cars are following me places that I go, and that makes me very scared, and a lot of times makes me not even want to go outside at all because I'm very scared that I'm going to get attacked. I also went through a really bad time about a year or two ago with my psychosis, where I felt and still feel when I look back on the situation that I was being like overpowered by some type of evil force. Like there was something, it felt like above me looking down, but also like behind me and above me looking down at me. And I felt like whatever it was trying to influence my behavior and make me act in ways that I wouldn't normally act. And that went on for a long time. I struggled with that. I even went as far to like taking myself to a church and talking to a father and asking him like if he feels any type of negative things coming off of me. And as far as I know, that's a delusion, but to me, like I said, it seems very real. I still believe that there are some kind of spirits or something that try to communicate with me and that bring me down. Another specific delusion I have, even still to this day, is that somebody who I have a lot of anger towards, I feel like when they get out of jail, if I murder them or hurt them, I will have this feeling of rebirth, and like I will feel healed mentally, and like it will make me a happy person. And I'm gonna go ahead and say that's a delusion, just because everybody else would say that's stupid. You're not gonna be happy. You'll spend the rest of your life in jail and hate yourself and want to kill yourself. But to me, that's not how I feel. I think it'll make me feel great and bring me a sense of justice. And for some reason, I like kind of wait on that day and just like tell myself that day is gonna come when it shouldn't ever come, and hopefully it never comes. Um, Also, with my psychosis, I have disorganized thinking. Now, I have ADHD, so my thoughts are disorganized anyways. So it's hard for me to tell the two apart that way. Um, Another part of my psychosis is called poverty of speech, which means I can go for a very long time without talking at all. And even sometimes when someone does talk to me, I'll hear them and like bluntly not respond, and I don't do it on purpose. What happens to me is that I like respond in my head and I guess forget to realize that I need to answer out loud. And that's called poverty of speech. I can go, like I said, a long time without talking to where it's kind of abnormal. Um, what else with my psychosis? Noises. That's a big thing. No, I have a very big problem with noises. That's one because of my PTSD, and two because of my psychosis. Um, Loud noises frighten me. It's hard for me at first to make noises out, like to distinguish what they are. I just hear the noise, and then it takes me a while to register what that noise was. So when I hear loud noises, I like get scared instantly because I don't know what it is yet. And also, noises are louder to me. What everybody else hears, I hear it louder. That's part of my PTSD again, and my psychosis as well. So I struggle with all of that. That all goes into my psychosis. Um, Also, another thing with my psychosis is that I constantly narrate in my head everything that I'm doing. No matter what I'm doing, just everything I do throughout the day, I tell myself in my head, I repeat it. Like, okay, I'm going to pour some tea. Oh, let me put some ice in it. Oh, I put too much ice in it. Like, everything I do, it constantly is narrated in my head. And that's very annoying. And that's everything I can think of off the top of my head. It's hard to include everything in these videos. If you have any questions or comments for me, just let me know and I will answer them. And I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will be making my next video, so keep watching and be patient because I have a lot of stuff to do. So a lot of times my videos might be backed up, but they're coming. Keep watching my vlog. I'll see you guys later.